attend.
There is a growing heroin epidemic here in the Twin Cities. Earlier tonight, we told you about the big heroin bust in Minneapolis, but that is just one part of a larger problem. So tonight, we're taking a deeper look at the issue, including the history, the impact, and what we can do to stop it. Drug abuse expert Carol Falkowski is here now. Thank you for coming in. You've been studying this issue for decades. Let's start by talking now about why this is really, how this became such a big issue in the Twin Cities. So many more people dying of heroin overdoses just in the last couple of years than we've seen in a long time.
The heroin problem in the Twin Cities has been escalating for about the last 5 years. And what makes it different than other drug epidemics in the past is how it is linked with prescription painkillers. Both of these epidemics go hand in hand. Heroin is fueled by high-purity heroin from Mexico and by the public health crisis we have with prescription painkillers that's really all over this country, and the two are inextricably linked.
Law enforcement, of course, is working on the issue with dealers and people bringing drugs in from Mexico. What can people do, though, about the prescription drug problem?
Well, there are three prongs to addressing any drug epidemic. One is education and prevention. The other one is curtailing the supply of it, which law enforcement is doing. And then there's access to effective treatment. But with this particular drug epidemic, we also have to look at the role that doctors play in the very practice of medicine. We have to make sure that doctors are educated about addiction and pain management and prescribing opiates. And we have to make sure that doctors participate in our prescription drug monitoring program.
And I know one thing people can do, we always talk about the drug drop-off sites, right?
Yeah, everyone can get rid of unwanted, unused medications. And I think it's important for parents and communities to realize that drug abuse can happen to anyone. It's not just somebody else's kid or someone else's family. And it's so important to get ahead of it to try to prevent it, because even with the best treatment, when we're talking about opiate addiction, there are not always the best outcomes. And even with treatment, people can struggle a whole lifetime.
And let's talk quickly about that. You said opiate addiction. Now this is different than issues we've seen in the past. It seems like several years ago, meth was the big thing we were talking about. How is heroin different than a problem like that?
Well, the thing that makes heroin different is that it also involves painkillers, and maybe many people start out addicted to painkillers and switch to heroin because it produces the same effects, and it's more affordable and it's equally available. So we really have to look at both of those. What distinguishes heroin and painkillers from other classes of drugs like meth or cocaine is that these drugs have high abuse potential, high overdose potential, and high addictive potential. Just a little bit too much can kill you.
Very scary. All right, Carol, thank you for your perspective tonight. You can find out much more about this drug abuse by going to Carol's website, or you can read her report from June about trends in the Twin Cities area. We posted links for you on our website. Carol, thanks. And parents, students, community members can all get information on the heroin problem during 2 upcoming town hall meetings. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office will partner with local law enforcement to talk about the issue. One of those is coming up in Hopkins on October 15th. The other is the 27th in Maple Grove. We posted details for you on our website. You can find it all at KSTP.com.